Hey ho guys, welcome back to episode 11 of Satisfactory. Now as you can see right here, we have a pretty elevated position. We have the high ground, and from here we can see all of our current factory, except for the steel production in the back there and one of the copper mines, but yeah. And what I want to do today is unlock the next space elevator tier. And actually that is the last one available right now. So in theory it would be fine to just put it in the space elevator and then deconstruct it, but let's be honest, who's gonna do that? And apart from that, it's not that expensive, Oh, I don't have the special menu. Yeah, it costs like a couple hundred plates and concrete. That's nothing for us right now, so there's really no point in taking it down, but I will take it down anyway. Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Because I want to place it somewhere else. Because this is in the way, and we want to be building things down here, and it doesn't look all that epic down there. So this is going to be more of our production area, and we don't want the space elevator hanging around in the middle of that. So the space elevator will move up here into this area, because I don't believe there are any useful resources up there. We have a bunch of iron back here in this area. But not over here. So we will set up a ramp going from down here up to there, and then we will build a huge platform up here and place the space elevator on there. Just wanted to show you that before doing it, actually, just so you know what I'm up to. And that's why I built this beautiful tower of conveyor poles. So yeah, let's get cracking with the ramps. So look at that, guys, space elevator is gone. Feels kinda bad, but also not so bad, because I'm gonna reconstruct it straight away. Oh. Where did the wires go? Did I actually not... Ouch. Did I actually not pick those up? Did this form one of these shitty crates here? I mean, it probably did, but where is that? I have no clue at all. So I'm just gonna say screw it, it's gonna show up at some point. I'm not stupid, am I? Yeah, I don't have enough wires for that. And my inventory is also full, so that's probably the reason. Luckily I have this old container standing around with a ton of wires in it, so I can just pick those up. Now I'll have to find my way back up there. Great. And I don't know if you spotted that already, but we have this ramp coming up here now. And yeah, this is so high because down here we have this ledge, and in one place, as you can see here, it's just slightly higher than the level below here, so we had to go one higher. And now we are stuck with this level, and now we can place the space elevator on here, which is pretty nice. Now the issue is, how do I want to place this even? I have no idea. Oh, that's the terminal, yeah. So I want to place this facing over here. Now how wide is this? Hang on, I have to lean forward a bit and count squares. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe it's 7 squares, yeah. That's what I thought. I don't even know how wide this is. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I should leave a space of 2 on either side, I guess. So 2 here, 2 there. It wouldn't mean that it has to go right there. Oh, I think that was a pretty good place. Now let's watch it be built once again, because it looks so awesome. I really love how this looks. Now the cable is gonna come down. I love that you can essentially replay this animation as many times as you want just by, you know, deconstructing and rebuilding this thing. Ooh, there we go. So now we can see unlocking tier 5 and 6 requires 500 modular frames and 150 motors. And now, as you may have suspected, we have that in our storage. So let me run over there real quick. And now we can just put all of this in. Well, that doesn't work actually. Okay, so I have to shift click it all in. Look at all those modular frames. And the motors. And now we can go and seal it. I mean, you have seen that at one point, so I'll just send it. Now take a look at our space elevator. This is pretty glitchy down here. That's unfortunate. Nice. So that's the next thing gone. And now if we look in here, you can see unavailable in early access, so tiers 7 and 8 aren't implemented yet. But we have now unlocked tiers 5 and 6, which we never saw before. Well, I did, of course. Some of you may have, but we didn't see it in this playthrough, you know. So I'll just run over to the hub and take a look at what we got, and I can already tease you a bit and tell you that there's quite a few quite interesting things in there. I mean, I already talked about the conveyor belts Mark IV, which are of course going to be in there, but that's not quite all of it. So let's see, hub terminal. Yeah, these are just the old things we didn't unlock yet. Tier 4, we have a lot to unlock. Actually, we haven't unlocked these. Ah yeah, because we didn't have motors. So today is going to be an episode of unlocks, I believe. Now tier 5 is new. Look, now we have the oil processing. So there is another resource in the game, which is oil. You can scan and find crude oil, and you'll need an oil pump to get the oil, and then an oil refinery to make products from it. And the refinery can make plastic and rubber, and also fuel, which is the next tier of energy basically. And yeah, also plastics to make circuit boards and stuff like that. Then we have industrial manufacturing, which gets us a new type of vehicle, which reminds me that we haven't even unlocked the previous type of vehicle. Also the computer, which is quite hard to craft and quite an interesting thing. And then we have the manufacturer, which is basically the assembler's bigger brother, which can now take up to 4 inputs to craft things for more complex parts. We haven't actually found any yet, I believe, which are more complex than 2 ingredients, but for example the computer requires 3 ingredients, and then there's even more complex things down the road. And now tier 6. Tier 6 gets us better power infrastructure, which weirdly enough gives us conveyor belts Mark IV and conveyor lifts Mark IV, which is nice, and the fuel generator, so that will turn the fuel from here, this fuel, into energy, which I haven't tried, but it's supposed to be pretty powerful. But that requires heavy modular frames, and I don't actually know where we unlock that. Is that in here? No, it's not. Oh, did we already unlock that? I believe we may have gotten that here. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we already have heavy modular frames, but we can't make them because we didn't have the manufacturer. But with this, yeah, we can take the 4 inputs required for that and make heavy modular frames. And then the next things are the jetpack, which I never actually unlocked, but which makes you able to fly, obviously. And then you get the gas mask. which is a nice thing as well, because with that you can go through those poisonous clouds without taking any damage. And that consumes filters. So anytime you go through poisonous stuff, it's supposed to consume a filter, or, you know, drain durability on a filter. I haven't tried that, I have no idea, but that's how it's set to work. So that's the next things we want to unlock, guys. But for the oil processing, we're gonna have to take quite a bit of a journey, and that's a good idea, I guess, anyway. But what I want to do now is unlock this, because we need the stronger conveyor belts and need to upgrade some of our production lines just to make them a little bit more efficient, you know. So give me a sec while I gather all these materials, and then we'll go ahead and unlock that. Okay, so motors, modular frames, a ton of wires, and then also a bunch of cables, and that's all we need for this unlock. Boom. Oh, that takes 12 minutes.
Milestone
That's a lot.
Logistics have improved by the means of a container with increased storage capacity and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
Yeah, so that thing I never understood. Because look, now we have the industrial storage container, which is really expensive. It costs 15 of these beams, yeah. And now, oh, they changed that. Okay, yeah. Before it only had one input and one output, which was pretty pointless, to say the least. So now at least you have 2 inputs and 2 outputs. So that makes a lot more sense for buffering, you know, things from different sources and splitting them to different destinations. So that's basically like a merger and a splitter with storage capacity on it. So that makes sense. Okay, I'm fine with that. But now we unlocked the conveyor belts Mark III and also the conveyor lifts Mark III, which are really quick. And the first place I want to put these is over here by our coal and steel and iron and stuff production. So we'll just run there real quick, check up on it. And you may remember that I said we are actually not running at full efficiency there, because we aren't producing enough stuff. Oh, and actually I need a slug. Hang on. Okay, anyway, so as you may remember, we said that each of these foundries down here will require 45 resources coming in. And now we're only delivering 120 to all of them, so they just get 2/3 of what they need, because this conveyor is too slow. So now what we're going to do is upgrade that conveyor. And now, yeah, look, it's a lot quicker, but still, it's not running at full speed because these are too slow as well. So I'm just going to replace those as well. And yes, a Mark II would do there. Now look at how quick that is. That's going to run out because the miner only produces 120 right now. But that's why we brought our power shard to overclock it to 180. And now this produces exactly the amount of iron ore that we need, and we can also process it as quickly as we need it. And at some point, I mean, right now it's transporting 240, but as soon as this runs out here, this stash basically, so I can just simulate that, you can see that there's going to be a gap every 3 ore basically. Yeah, that looks a bit weird, but that's how this is going to work. And now these get split up, and we have these somewhat evenly filled streams, bringing all the iron in. Now we only have 120 coal as well, because we didn't have sufficiently quick conveyors for that. So that's another thing we need to upgrade. That's why I brought a lot of the steel beams, because, you know, the conveyors get expensive pretty quickly, but we got a big production of those, so that's not a problem. No. Oh. That actually fried my power network. Good thing we have quicker conveyors now. So overclocking that miner and also getting all of the what are they called? All of the foundries to max efficiency apparently actually fried our power circuit. I didn't expect that, but it's not a problem, as I said. So these are going to be all upgraded to Mark III. And now the coal coming in will be sufficient. Now there's nothing running, so that's obviously a problem, but that's not due to too little supply and things. I'm not going to turn it back on because that's not going to make a lot of sense. Instead, I'm just going to build some more power plants now that we can supply them and show that to you as well, of course, as always. Okay, so what did I do over here? First of all, I replaced this miner with a Mark II miner because it was only making 120 coal and that would not be enough right now. And as you can also see, I fired up 10 more coal power plants. Well, some of them aren't fired up exactly because yeah, they don't have any coal, like this one. But now the capacity should easily be sufficient. So now if I fire everything up, yeah, you can now see that, I mean, I put 50 coal each into these back ones, the 4 of them. And now that should be enough to keep us going until the miner fires up and supplies everything with enough coal. Look at that. These are Mark III conveyors as well. And now we'll be able to see that the new power plants will slowly but surely get fired up as well. And the capacity will go up even more. Yeah, there we go. And it should stay pretty high until... and it should be sufficient basically. And make sure that maybe even if one of them in the back should go down for any reason, then we still should be fine because yeah, we have so many running right now. So now we have a capacity of 1000 megawatts, which is exactly twice as much as we had before. That's just by upgrading some conveyors. And yeah, now you can see with the new assemblers and everything and more things running at once, the capacity of 500 was gonna fail pretty soon anyway. So overclocking that was just, you know, the tip of the iceberg. So that's done as well. So now let's find more things to upgrade with new conveyors. Okay, found another one. Look, this one needs 132 screws and we were supplying 135, I remember that. But this conveyor is actually too slow. So I will upgrade that as well. Then we got the same issue over here, of course. And now these making rotors should now be running not at 90% but at full efficiency, which is pretty good. Now I don't think there's anything else up here that would need our attention. Oh yeah, that's right. Always forget about that. So now can I run around the outside here? Actually, are you serious? Oh wow. Okay, that sucks. So now we're on the level down here anyway. And these, yeah, are supplying as quickly as they can, I believe. Hang on, is this a Mark I conveyor lift? Or a Mark II miner? Or is it just that nothing up there drains quick enough? Yeah, that's a Mark II. Okay, that's too quick for a Mark I. Okay, good thing. So now anything down here. So these smelters are completely boring in terms of fast conveyors. And this level is 2. But back here, what do we have here? Screws, right? So what's this? Reinforced iron plates. 120 screws. Okay, so that's actually fine. So I believe we may actually have upgraded all the conveyors now that there were to be upgraded. And yeah, that's a pretty nice thing. By now our lander is back as well, so let's just go and check out what we want to unlock next, so that we can keep making loads of progress in this episode in terms of unlocks. Let's see, so yeah, these, I mean, I should probably get all of these off screen or something because they're not so interesting. Now the Explorer. that gives us, yeah, I want to do that definitely, because that gives us the quartz scanner upgrade, and I want that because I want to go into quartz production and stuff. So I'll need to get a bunch of items for that. Actually, how do you even make those beacons? I know I made some before, but I don't remember what I need for that. So I'll just check real quick. Beacons. Okay, I can make 31. So I'll just go ahead and make the 15 and then grab the remaining resources and unlock the quartz research thingy. I made 16, great. Okay, so motors, modular frames, rotors, and then what else? Ah yeah, the beacons. Launch pod.
Exploration-based technology unlocked. Quartz-based parts accessible along with a map of your fix-it approved designated zone in need of charting. The new vehicle is aimed at efficient travel speed and all-terrain handling.
Nice. That sounds really good. So now what did I get? I got the quartz crystal, which just requires quartz. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then the crystal oscillator, which requires quartz crystals, cables, and reinforced plates. Okay. And I don't know what to do with that. But okay. So now I have that, and probably... Can I research more quartz? I believe I do. Oh, mycelia is complete.
This type of mycelia has strong healing properties. R&D has created a blueprint you can access in Hub Tier 3.
Okay. So now, yeah, I can research crystal oscillators and get more things for that. Which I guess I can do in the future if I get more quartz. So now I can actually scan for quartz. So let's do that and see how far I'll have to run. Oh yeah. Okay, that's far away. Over there, 1.5. Okay. 1.8. So that's the type of distance you'll have for the oil as well, just to let you know before. But that's not too bad actually. I can just go over there. Now what else did I get? I got the... Wow, that was far. 3,800 meters. I didn't even know the map was that big, to be fair. So nothing in here. But I now got the Explorer vehicle, which requires crystal oscillators. And also heavy modular frames and beacons. Okay. Anything else of interest? I never actually hovered over this. Nothing. Okay. So, yeah, this vehicle is probably the most interesting thing. And also the scanning for quartz. Oh, I don't want to actually... Well, didn't want to scan for anything, but... Hey. So that's a good thing. Now, what's the next milestone we want to get? Okay, yeah, our research just unlocked us the medical inhaler, which fully restores health. That's actually pretty nice, but that's going to be expensive to craft, I believe. Now, improved melee combat would be nice. Explosives would be really nice. One arm equipment slot. Yeah, I guess I want to get this next, but I can't really unlock it yet because the pod is still on the way. But I might as well just go and pick up a couple items to unlock that. Okay, the lander is back, so let's send it off straight away again. What do I actually... Oh, I forgot the wires. Yeah, that was a pro move, wasn't it? So that's not too bad, because wires are right here, fortunately. So now we can actually go and send it off. Explosives.
Sulfur can now be used to craft nobelisks. A remote detonator can be made in the equipment workshop. In anticipation for carrying explosives, R&D has inflated your pocket dimension and added an additional equipment slot. Note: close proximity of detonation is likely to result in suboptimal performance.
Suboptimal performance. Like, as in death, or... yeah, I guess. Okay, so now we have black powder available. What does that require? Coal and sulfur. Okay. So that's coal and sulfur for this. And now the equipment workshop is over here. And here we can now make... oh, black powder as well. Okay. Then a Nobelisk, which is steel pipes, a beacon, and black powder. Okay. Oh, black powder is 2 sulfur and 1 coal. Wasn't it 1 and 1 over here? No, it was... okay. So I just overlooked that. So that's 2 sulfur, yeah. And then the Nobelisk detonator will require 5 object scanners. Okay. Encased industrial beams. So that's 1 heavy detonator. But okay. And that's gonna be carried around. Okay, I need lots of beacons for this. I can actually automate beacons, right? Maybe interesting for the future, but yeah, not just yet. So now, I believe we may actually have most things that we will need for our next exploring mission. Actually, we don't. The object scanner is not important. Jump pads aren't important. This one I don't need, but I want the improved the improved melee combat, just so that I have a little more attack power against enemies, you know. So I'll just select that milestone as well and unlock that. And then, you know what? Actually, in the next episode, we could just go ahead and do some sort of an exploring mission. So just go and find some cool things, find a bunch of slugs, because I'm running very low on them. Oh, cables, yeah, I'll have to walk over 4 cables. But yeah, as I was saying, we can just harvest some slugs, because I don't have a lot of those. And we can also, of course, find cool things, find things we'll need for the aluminum research, find uranium, and find more enemies, more food, more things in general, and just explore some awesome biomes. We'll also need to find the quartz and the crude oil for the future. So that's going to be an interesting journey, I guess. So I'll just wait real quick to unlock the improved melee combat, and next episode we're going to be getting ready for the exploration, making all the equipment and packing up our food and everything, so that in the next episode, yeah, we can go on an awesome trip. So I'm already really looking forward to that. I was wanting to do that for quite a while because it's always great fun, but I wanted to get everything up and running first, you know, so that right now we have a stable power supply, and we have a stable production that is running, and also a lot of storage for storing all the products, so that not only we have enough power but also enough room to deliver the products, right? Because otherwise sometimes you'll just go for a trip and say, yeah, when I come back everything's gonna be full, but then you didn't place any containers, and then you just have 100 copper wires made, no, 500 copper wires made, nothing else, and yeah, that's gonna be pretty frustrating. But now that's not going to be an issue, because, as I said, we have this storage silo, which is working like a charm. And with that, we're going to have a lot of items made as soon as we return from the journey. So right here, I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to check back for the next episode where we're going exploring. Looking forward to that. So see you then, guys. Bye.